Welcome to another Killing Floor 2 video. This time I will be doing a patch rundown of the new patch of Killing Floor 2. While the first win of the new map is playing in the background, this is actually the second try on this map because the first try I die on wave 2 because I can barely control my character because all the setting is reset to default and it really messes up my controls. So the first thing I recommend is back up your settings file before you hop into the beta patch. So you don't need to reset all your bindings and all that stuff. So while the game is playing in the background, let's talk about the patch notes itself. Firstly, there's two maps added. This map, Evacuation Point, is what we are playing on this, and the other map is the Catacombs. And I believe I uploaded the Catacombs one on solo yesterday, so check that out if you want to take a look at what the map looks like. And next thing, new perks, Firebug, Demolition and Berserker. Personally, I don't really, on the first day I didn't really play the Firebug perk, so I don't really know too much about the Firebug. And Demolition, because we're only level 0 or 1, so yeah, it may need more time to actually know how well the perks do. So I will not talk too much about the perk itself in this video. And new weapons, Chalk and Burn. This is a Firebug weapon. It's basically a smaller version of the Flamethrower. It has shorter range, do less damage, stuff like that. This works basically like a flamethrower. And the trench gun. Trench gun is basically a shotgun with incendiary ammo. And the microwave gun. This is interesting gun because they make the sets. They make the sets pop like a balloon. They look really funny if you use the microwave gun on them. They become very fat and then they pop, explode. And the Molotov cocktail is Molotov. It burns the ground for a few seconds and gives light in dark areas. And the Fireman's Blade is the knife. It's the same as any other knives. Next thing is the grenade pistol. Grenade pistol is basically a mini shotgun that does explosive damage. It works like a shotgun. You need to be close to the set to do the most damage. If you are like 10 meters away from the set, you cannot even kill a clot. But if you are close range, you can instantly kill a go fast or 6 man worth of health or hell on earth. So it's not actually that good in my opinion, because you really need to be very close range and it's a single fire weapon, so you run into the face, kill one set and then you get hit by the other set. So it's only really work well on a bunch of chorus because the chorus has low enough health to be killed by a single explosive bullets of the gun. And the next thing, the M79 grenade launcher. It works like the grenade on M79 on Killing Floor 1, and it does decent damage on treasures, and the area of effect is quite large. You stumble stumble all the treasures, but to be honest, you need to be the sets need to be very close to the explosion center to actually kill them. Otherwise, you only stumble the sets.
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade
And
your gear.
even with, of course, I'm only level 0, but in my testing, it used all of the ammo of the M79 to bring 6-man Hell on Earth Flashbang down to around 20 to 30% health. It takes all of the ammo, so it is not very effective against bigger sets. It is decent in trash killing, especially if you funnel the sets through a choke point and then you put a M79 grenade on that and everything dies, but it doesn't really do too much on the bigger sets. And next thing is the RPG. It does really high damage. It two shots the solo Hell on Earth Flashbangs of perk, and it takes 7 RPG shots to kill a 6-man Hell on Earth Flashbang of perk. It may take less if you manage to get a high level demo, but right now the off perk or level 0 demo will take 7 rockets to kill a 6-man Hell on Earth Flashbang. And right here you can see, as you can see, I just switched to the boot hub, and it has only 26 bullets, so it is clear that the switching weapon and that makes the bullets randomly disappear is not fixed. You still randomly lose bullets when switching weapons. So I hope that they can fix that in the next patch. Moving on, the dynamite. Dynamite is the grenade of the demo perk. And normally it takes longer time for them to explode compared to other grenades. Other grenades it takes around 2 seconds to blow up, but the dynamite takes around 3 to 4 seconds to blow up. However, the explosion range and the damage of the dynamite is a lot higher than the other grenades. But with the level 5 demo perk, you can make the dynamite explode on impact, so it may be more useful if you manage to get to level 5. It does pretty decent damage in a pretty large effect. I think it should be doing higher damage than the M79 grenade launcher. And next weapon is Demo Utility Knife. It's just the knife, and then this dual 9mm is the new mechanic introduced in this patch. You can now dual wield the pistols. And swill hander. Swill hander is the bonus weapon if you own the other game of the killing floor. And if one of the player in the server has the weapon, the whole server can have that weapon. And this is really, the swill hander is really the most overpowered thing I've ever seen in Killing Floor 2. It really does. You will see in later waves how good it does. And new characters. I don't have the new characters and don't really care about that personally. Next thing, new features. Sets now have normal, resistant, and weakness zones via damage type of skin. Basically, what it does is, as you can see, there are some metal parts on the set, like go fast. It has a blade and Scrags, the chainsaw, and flashpoint, the drill arm, and the yellow lights in his chest, the metal parts. Well, if you shoot the metal parts or resisted area of the set, they will take reduced damage, and you will hear the metal sound when the bullet hits, like ching, ding, something like that. Then you will know if they are taking less damage. And even sirens, the metal jacket, metal vest she's wearing, if you shoot the metal part, she will still take reduced damage. You will know about that when you do it, because you will hear the different sound effects. And then next thing, after the action report, it basically sum up the match about. You will see it at the end of this video that it shows which player get the most doors, which player heal the most, kill the most, headshot the most, etc. And your favorite weapon and how much damage you do in this game. And kick voting. On the first day, I don't really find I have the need to use it yet, so I have no comment at the moment. But it's always a good addition to let us able to kick the tropes. And then map voting. Map voting will happen after each wipe or win. You can vote for the next map. The only complaint is even after everybody has voted, you still need the one limit timer to run out before the server actually switch games. I think adding a ready button for the next map would be better. If nobody want to check the after action report, we can go straight into the next map instead of wait for the timer to run out. Next thing, dual wielding. 9mm is only the first weapon to do this, and I don't really like the way they aim when you do wield 9mm, because you aim with the right pistol and somehow your left pistol is aiming at a weird angle and still hit the same spot. It just looks weird. I personally don't really like the way it aims. But other than that, dual wielding will be a new mechanics. And next thing, NVIDIA's technology is basically improvement of the graphics, which I personally don't care too much. The first thing I do is set the graphics to low, so I run the game more smoothly, and because I don't really care about graphics too much. But yes, it looks really cool on high settings. The bloods fly all over the place, and the special effects looks a lot better with high settings. If your computer can run it, it will look very good. Next thing, queue by messages. So basically, I think it's the improvement of the queue messages, something like that. Ability to equip multiple costumes per character. Didn't test about that. Share content system. So yeah, like I said earlier, if one person have the SUL handler in the server, everybody can buy the SUL handler in the trader. And later, if they have more content like this, maybe you can share with the team too. Next thing, the further GeForce Experience integration. Yeah, another graphics enhancement. Next thing, Berserker skill tree changes. So you can choose poison or psionic resistance. And what the resistance do in this patch is, for example, you have poison resistant or medic and berserker. What it does is the bloat puke or the gas grenade of tanks will no longer blind your screen if you have resistance. It barely blocks your screen. So and I believe the psionic resistance also make the siren scream do less effect, affect less of your screen, so your screen won't shake as much. So that's the addition resistance, not only to the damage but also the blinding effect or whatnot. And the level 10 skills, life steal. You can gain 5 health per kill, or you can increase your max health by 100%, which means you can have 200 health, which I think is the main reason of Berserker being way too overpowered in this patch. You no longer, you not only have more resistance, you also have 100% increase in your health. When you compare to 5 health per kill, you simply will never choose the lifesteal perk, because you need 20 kills to gain that 100 health, and that 100 health can be constantly healed by a medic. As long as you are not dead, the medic can keep healing you. But if you are staying at 100 health, Griggs and Flashpoint still kills you in 3 hits. So yeah, I would say the max health perk is the main reason why Berserker is broken in this patch. Next thing, your melee attack will be 50% faster and do 15% more damage, or you can block or parry an attack, and then your next attack will do a lot more damage. And personally, I don't like parrying too much, because yes, even after the patch, the parry still breaks randomly, and they add in a lot more attacks that you cannot parry. And if you cannot parry that attack, you are forced to block that. And even if you block an attack, you still take very much damage on Hell on Earth. And say you block a combo of a first pan or squig, you still take around 40-50 damage. You still take a lot of damage. So the more reasonable thing to do is just keep swinging, especially with the new edition of the Swill Handler and the buffed weapons of the Berserker. You do more damage and you can knock down sets, and it's just better to keep swinging. You either kill it, or you stumble it, or you knock down the set, instead of waiting for their attacks to parry, because sometimes the sets don't like to attack. They will just stand there doing nothing for a few seconds. You are wasting your time. So personally, I think parry is still not a very good addition in Killing Floor 2. So I would say taking the melee attack speed and damage, which give you the bonus all the time instead of just after a block, is more consistent and helpful. And then the level 20 skills. Parrying an attack increase attack speed, or heavy attacks do 30% more damage and increase knockdown. And like I just said, I think parrying is not that good comparing to something that always works no matter matter what you do. So I think taking the heavy attacks do more damage and increase lockdown is better, especially with that perk you can lock down Squigs and Freshpunks with a headshot with the through hander. If you swing at their head, they will get locked down for Freshpunks and Squigs. And you kill everything else if you hit the head with the through hander. And the level 25 skills, and it's another reason that Berserker is broken. You move in real time during set time for both perks. You can basically when set time set in, you can basically run to the other side of the room, kill the treasures on that side, and then run back to your spot you are defending during the set time. You don't even need the commando to extend the set time more. So yeah, it is very good perks. And on top of that, you can have increased attack speed and parry causes knockdown, or you can have increased weapon stun power and stumble power. I personally think that attack speed is better because you not only run faster in real time, you can attack in real time basically. So yeah, this really the new rework of the Berserker really makes the Berserker very overpowered. And when the Squigs and Freshpunks start to show up, you can notice how good it is, because even as you can see in the video, we basically really screw up. We just randomly swing our weapons at the Squigs and still we didn't die. So yeah. Next thing, Berserker passive change. So the really thing that changes the not being able to grab by clots is moved to the passive. So there's no longer a perk that you need to choose, and the night vision is also become the passive. So you can always have the night vision when you need it. Next thing, support skill tree changes. So now your supply perk no longer give grenade to teammates, and bombard skill treat skill to stumble sets. M4 has the strongest stumble power and can stumble Freshpunk. Yes, it looks good on paper, but really you still do not really want to use the M4 because it says that you can stumble Freshpunk with M4, yes, but they also make it so that the medic assault rebound can stumble Squigs and Freshpunk too, but only if you shoot the leg. If you shoot the leg of a Freshpunk or Squig with the medic assault rebound, you can stumble them. So you don't need to use the M4 to stumble things. So still you do not want, you simply don't need to have the M4 stumbling power. As you can see, the first Squig is done. You can see how good the Berserkers are. The Squig keeps swinging, and I just pop a few darks in them and they never die. So, moving on with the patch notes, commando skill trees. Basically, the skills are the same, they just move position. You basically will keep using the same perks. For most people, you will still use larger X. You will still use tactical reload because they are simply too good. And yeah, there's not much to talk about because basically you're using the same perks. Next thing is the improvements/additions. So they make it easier to time parries for players with high ping. I have yet to play in the high ping server, so I don't know too much about that. Some sets attacks are now unable to interrupt by parrying. Yeah, as you may notice, when the squig swing, sometimes the chainsaw will grow orange. That means the attacks cannot be parried. Same goes for flash punch and hangs. Now their normal attacks will have some white effects, but if the attack is not parryable, the attacks will grow orange. But if you are at his face, you don't really, as I said before, if you are in their face, you are forced to block or parry. So when you see the attacks is growing, you are forced to block. You can no longer run away. So like I said, I don't think parrying is that good to begin with. So, but this is still a good thing to know if the attacks is not parryable.
Finish the last ones off.
Next thing,
So I can open the trade up.
larger sets have at 10 bullets and can now turn quicker. So basically, you can no longer circle around squigs and hangs. They can turn to face your direction during the attacks. So you can no longer to circle around squigs. You cannot dodge their attacks by running at the side of the squigs. Their attacks will track you down. If you get in range, you will get hit. So they totally remove the ability to dodge attacks of squigs. Yeah, as you can see, the squig is already getting me down to 14 health with a few swings. If the berserker used the lifesteal perk instead of the 100 health perk, you simply cannot survive the squig or flash palm battles. So I think, yeah, you will just always take the health perk. And then make changes to set spawning and placement system. So basically they teleport less. This is very significant change. You no longer run into set spawn with every corner. But at the same time, of course, it makes kiting a lot easier. If just kiting, you will no longer guess randomly sets pop up in the next door, in the next room you're running into. But they make some changes to counter the kiting too. I will cover that later. And then sets no longer enjoy player company when few sets are left. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. They make kiting easier by basically prevent the sets to teleport too much, but they will force the last few sets to rage. I believe the number is 5. When there's only 5 sets left, the sets will auto rage and never stop raging after around 10 seconds. So Scratch will rage with full health, and Flash Palm will rage and never stop raging even if he hits something. Or even if he kills someone, the Flash Palm will still continue to rage. It will never stop. So if you are kiting, you need to have a plan to face, say, 5 raging squigs as the remaining 5 sets. You can no longer leave a bunch of squigs behind and kill them one by one. They will rage when the set count is down to 5. Next thing, matchmaking will now try and put you in the server with people instead of just the lowest ping. It is self-explanatory. Next thing, ammo and weapon pickups are reduced in early waves. This change is also very significant because you basically cannot find a weapon early waves. You can run all over the map, all you will find is 1 or 2 ammo boxes. That's all. Even ammo boxes is very hard to find on early waves. So you need a lot more time to find weapons to sell. And also they fix the dropping the weapon and cause it to sell $50 more. Before the patch, if you drop the weapon or pick up the weapon dropped by teammates, you can sell it for $150. But in this patch, the weapons will always sell for $100. So it makes you buy the weapons a lot slower. Where maybe you need 1 or 2 more waves to buy your weapon you were supposed to buy in earlier patches. And then they add the ability to lock down all sets, even the boss. Yes, like I said, with the swivel handler you can knock down flashbang and Scrakes by doing a headshot on them. And even the boss, but the boss I think you need you need continuous headshots to knock down Hanks or use the knockdown parry perks. But it is possible to knock down boss now. And then the set changes about hugs. Now you can shoot the backpack of the hugs, the gas tank. After enough damage is dealt, the gas tank will explode and instantly kill the hugs. Right now, the explosion will not hurt players. I am not sure if it is intended. If you shoot the gas tank of the hugs right in your face, the explosion will not hurt you, but it will hurt the other sets. And also, I believe there's a bug that the hug suicide no longer do damage to players for some reason. Maybe they reduce the radius of the explosion. I'm not sure, but I had multiple times that a hug suicide like 4 or 5 meters away from me and I didn't take damage. I'm not sure they reduce the radius of the explosion or they really make the gas tank explosion do not hurt players anymore. This needs more testing. And hugs will also now suicide a bit faster. They used to suicide in I believe is around 10 to 20% health. Now they will try to suicide at higher health. Also, if they are the last 5 sets alive, they will also try to suicide even if they have full health. And the most important change is that now you can stumble or knock down or whatever to cancel the attacks of the hugs. Fireball or flamethrower attacks, you can actually cancel the attacks. Bloats when headless. Now Puck will now sprays from the neck of the bloats. This is only a visual update only. It doesn't affect the bloats in any other way. And then Hands is now more resistant to explosive, but vulnerable to microwaves. It doesn't really matter because everybody is still using explosive on him because everybody wants to level up their demo. So yeah, and Hands is now more inaccurate with firearms. Has a bit more cooldown between gun bursts. These 2 changes is to nerf his ability to instantly kill a player with his SMG. But what it actually does is they make him run out of ammo very fast. He only have Hanks only has like 50 shots in his SMG. Once he shoot 50 bullets, around 50 bullets, he can no longer shoot. He will still try to shoot, but nothing will come out of his gun. So he will just slowly walking towards you and let you get free damage on him. I am sure this is not intended. They make the boss basically cannot use his main weapons when after a few shots. So I think this is not intended. And Hanks also, even if he shoots, he will no longer shoot non-stop. He will shoot a few seconds and stop for 1 or 2 seconds and then continue shooting. But really, he just run out of ammo too fast. You will find him run out of ammo very fast. So basically, Hanks cannot shoot anymore after that. And then his melee attacks now have cools back on them. So what it does is when it actually makes Hanks a lot easier, because every attack he will knock you back a little, like the flash punch kick. So you will no longer get combo down by Hanks that easily. Before the patch, Hanks can keep meleeing the slower characters that without a speed bonus and killing them before they can run away, but now he will push you away with his attack, so you will only take 1 or 2 hits from his whole combo. So it actually makes the Hanks combo a lot easier to survive. And his melee attacks now have a bit more cooldown between chains. Like I said, that is another nerf to his combo ability. You can now actually run away from his combo as perks that do not have speed bonus. Now, hit reactions now look more fluid. Yeah, this is animation improvement. It looks more smooth when he's hit. And his grenade now have a UI warning. You will have a red circle mark. You can also see it when we reach the boss fight. You will see a little red marks on his grenades or gas grenades. Now has a visible shield. He goes into hunt mode. Now as soon as he gets low enough to be healing, he will have a force field effect around him. So you can know that he is taking less damage. But I am not sure if he is taking less damage like before or totally immune to damage. But this doesn't really affect much because you should not be shooting him during his heal. So moving on. And his shield visibly deflects bullets when in hunt mode. Yes, like I said, I'm not sure if he actually takes 0 damage or just reduced damage. And stumble animation allows Blinker and take less time to recover. Not only Hanks, Scrags and Flash Punks also have this kind of buff to their stumbling. Before the patch, the stumble animation will be cancelled by any further damage they take. But right now they will recover as far as their stumble gets cancelled. They will always recover quickly after a stumble or a parry. Next thing, knockdown animation added. You need parry animation added. Yes, like I said, this goes the same for Scrake, Flash Punks and Hanks. All of them will recover faster by stumbling and parry. you are basically only interrupting their attacks instead of really parrying them or stumble them. You just interrupt their attacks. They basically instantly recover from that. Next set change. Siren Scream is now interruptible. Yeah, just like the Hux, you can now interrupt Siren Scream by stumbling, fringe locking her, or whatever. And Sirens now screams less frequently but does more damage per pulse. Yes, the Sirens now really scream. The scream really hurts now if you let her get close. It really hurts. It takes away like 60 to 80 damage, 60 to 80 health from my medic. Next thing, Flashbang now wants to hit something before dropping off bridge. Yeah, so basically they have a very long rage timer. They basically will not stop raging before they hit something. But remember that even if they hit weld door or other sets, the Flashbang will stop raging too, unless they are the last 5 sets of the wave. Then the Flashbang will never stop raging. If he's not the last 5 sets, the Flashbang will stop raging after hitting something. But they can no longer de-rage after 10 seconds like before the patch. And then now the sprint animation, as you can see it a few times, they run by when putting both the drill arms in front of him, so to block the bullets, and shooting the drill arm will make him take that less damage. So basically shooting Flashbang is even less effective in this patch. And 3 EMPs will now trigger in cap. This is not useful in any way, because you sure as hell will not use 3 EMPs on the Flashbang. So yeah, it doesn't do anything. You will not spam EMP on the Flashbang. Next thing, stumble animation now quicker, knockdown animation added, unit parry animation added. Same goes for Squeak and Hands.
We're almost out of time.
Squeak, same
Make your
thing.
choices.
Stumble, parry, recover faster, ability to knock down. And now Squeak can be stumbled by shooting the legs with the medic. So if I'm not testing every weapon yet,
I'm
but I
about to shut
think
the pod.
M4, firstly M4 will surely be able to do that. I think with commandos with impact skill
All
can
sets on the
also
scope.
stumble
Back to it, mes amis.
Squeaks on the leg. Basically the leg stumble, you can very easily stumble sets if you attack their legs in this patch. Basically even an EMP will stumble a Squeak because the EMP is hitting his leg. So it become very easy to stumble Squeaks and Flashbangs if you hit their leg. And then next thing, weapons. Saw Blade has new functionality, and now the Saw Blade will be able to block and parry. But the downside of that is the parry and blocking animation make the Saw Blade block most of your screen. It's like blocking 70% of your screen. You can't see anything if you are blocking or parrying with the Saw Blade. And then the Saw Blade also now have a laser sight,
Now finish the job.
which is on all the time. so you can aim a lot easier with the saw blade. Next thing, backup knives increase damage slightly. Personally, basically never use the knives, so it doesn't matter. And carve. Basically all the berserker weapons gets a damage buff, and the swings are more responsive. Before the patch, if you say hit the crawlers or buffers with the melee weapon, it will be very hard to get a headshot because you will hit their hand or body before the hit hits their head. So the game will count it as a body shot instead of a headshot. But after the patch, if your swing reaches the head, it will count as a headshot instead of a body shot. And then next thing, pulverizer. And they say they increase the damage slightly, but from what I notice is the pulverizer actually needs an additional swing off perk to kill six man hell on the first pass. Before that it should be 13 hits to kill a 6-man first palm, but after the patch you need 14 hits. However, it feels more powerful when using as a berserker because I think they fixed the random area of effect of the pulverizer. But before the patch, the pulverizer basically randomly hits the set in front of you, other than the main target you are swinging at. But after the patch, it very consistently hit everything in front of you instead of just randomly hitting some of the sets in front of you. I think they fixed the area of effect so the damage feels more responsive. Say you have a bunch of buffers in front of you and you pulverizer with a heavy attack and every buffers will die to the explosion. Instead of with the patch, sometimes only 2 of them will die, even if the other 3 is also in your face. And next thing, new melee attacks. So if you use the gun bash key on melee weapons, they will do a special attack. Like the sword hander or knives, they will do a quick poke, quick fuzzing attack of the weapon, and the pulverizer will push away the sets instead of just doing a normal attack like before the patch. And the next thing is improve the hit detection of all melee weapons and bashing. Like I mentioned earlier, your swings can now actually headshot the sets if your swing actually pass through the head, it will count as a headshot instead of the first thing you hit. And another big change is the parry system. You now need a bigger weapon to parry bigger sets. The knife can now only parry the clots. For even a buffers, you need a crossbow to parry it. And for first punks and scrapes or hangs, you'll need a sword hander or pulverizer or the saw blade to parry. The smaller melee weapons can no longer parry the bigger sets, you can only block with it. Next improvement, you can now interrupt reloads by using iron sights or throwing a grenade. So if some stalker or crawler randomly pop out, you can quickly cancel your reload and kill them first. Next thing, add functionality so ammo pickups can give partial max. So it basically what some weapons they don't want you to pick up a whole magazine from an ammo box. So they make it like the AA12 or the flamethrower. We pick up half magazine. Next thing, treat double barrel shooting animations. So I don't really pay too much attention to that, so I don't really know what they change about the animation, but this is only an animation change. It doesn't really change much. And M4 now carries eggshell in the magazine. It's a small buff. M4 reloads has been adjusted. Yeah, it's the animation and timing adjustment. They basically make all weapons reload finish the reload by putting the magazine into the gun instead of. Before the patch, you will put the magazine into the gun, but the animation is still not yet done. You are not actually reloading. If you switch weapon at that time, you will cancel the reload. But now, as soon as you put the magazine into the gun, you finish the reload, which is a very huge improvement, I think. Now, AA12 will start with half ammo when I chase. So you start with 40 shots instead of 60. And then double barrels. The M500 and the double barrel shotgun both hold 16 shells in the ammo pool, which I don't even understand why they make this change. The M500, the starting shotgun of support is the gun never has enough ammo, and they nerf it by 16 shells, which I don't understand why. The gun never have enough ammo, so why nerf it? Same goes to the double barrel shotgun. Why randomly nerf the ammo pool? I don't understand. Then they also nerfed the 9mm, AR-15, PUB, and AK. All of them carry less starting ammo and less max ammo, which I'm really not sure why they're doing this, but yeah, it seems like a random change to me. It just randomly nerfed the guns. Next thing, flamethrower changes to bring it in 9 ST3 weapon. I personally did not use the flamethrower at all, so I do not have much comment on that. So basically, you basically make it a 5-buck weapon. And then weapon economy. The AA12 is now 1,700. Plus the lower starting ammo, you now need 1,900 to buy a full AA12, which I think is another unnecessary nerf. Commando ammo price increase is same as the above. I don't think it's necessary. Nail gun price decrease. A nail gun is now 600 instead of 650. Pulverizer and then the saw blade also costs $100 more, which again I don't think is necessary. And then you have tons of UI and ethics changes, like the sets. Some sets will now, when they swing their weapon, you will have some more effects and better effects, essentially. So basically, they improve the looks of the sets, and the audio change is, yes, most of the audio changes makes the game more and more fun to play, because you when you attack a set, you actually hear the flash. I don't know how to put it, but you hear the flash getting slash, the sound of flash getting slash. However, they make it so that the headshot sound is gone. When you shoot the head and shoot the body of a set, it's the same sound effect. The only sound effect is when you successfully pop the head of a set. Say you are sniping a Hux at the other end of the tunnel. You will not know if you are hitting the head, hitting the body, or totally missing, because you simply do not have a clear indication of where you hit. The headshot sound is no longer there, which I think they should add another headshot sound. And then they have some editor changes to the game, but I personally don't use editors, so I cannot comment on that. And a bunch of bug fixes. Like I said, the switching weapon losing some of the ammo bug is also is still here, and in the few games of I play in the first day, the not respawning bug is also not fixed. They said they fixed the issue where the hug suicide would prevent player from respawning. I think they only fixed one cause of the respawning bug. Sometimes players still fail to respawn for unknown reasons. They did not fix the bug entirely. And some small bug fixes, like medic grenade sometimes not healing, slashing damage cannot decap sets, something like that. Some small bug fixes. And another important fix is you can no longer get the bonus of switching perks, so you cannot use medic, get the 175 armor and switch your support and still have the 175 armor. You can no longer do that. As soon as you change to a support perk, your armor will go down to 100. And also the strength perk of support. If you change the perk, you will no longer have the bonus. And the next thing is the weapons. Fix the weapon duplication. They fixed the perk skill will not change fuel or ammo prices. Yeah, this is the small bug fixes. Some animation fixes, like when you look at the other person in third person, the animation sometimes is wonky. They also fix that animations. Yeah, basically the main changes is basically it. The other things are the small bug fixes. Anything important? Yeah, the remaining patch notes is just the bug fixes, like the glitch spots in the different maps, something like that. AI pathing improvements. Yeah, so that's basically it. And let's talk a little bit about this game. As you can see, we basically are not familiar with this map. Maybe you can also see that we get lost a few times, and we are stuck in some bad camping spots for a wave or two. But we still managed to beat it, because, like I said, Berserker is simply way too strong on this patch. And yeah, and as you can see, the Scrag is already rage, but it is very easy to stumble Scrags now with the assault rifle by shooting their legs, which also makes dealing with Scrags a little bit easier. And you will also see in boss fight that the changes made to hangs, and we run into a bug that I think they introduce a weak point to hangs, but they also make it so that the Swill Hander do too much damage to his weak point, so we totally skip his healing during the boss fight. The Swill Hander just instantly kills him before Hanks even start to heal.
Glad you made it back.
I think this is a bug that I don't think you are supposed to skip the Hanks healing by using the Swill Hander.
Final choices, people. Enemies on the scope.
So basically on this map, we camp the tunnel, and I think the tunnel is pretty decent in camping because there's only 2 entrances, and most of the sets will drop onto the butts at the exit, and you can keep shooting them before they actually reach you. And as you can see, now the introduction of Hanks, they basically do a intro like the Borderlands boss intro. They tell you who this boss is. I suppose this is for later that when we have more bosses, players can be more familiar with which boss we are fighting. And as you can see, you can knock down Hanks with the Swill Hander. And as you can see, the growing yellow attacks are not able to parry, and the white attacks can be parried. And yeah, you can see it now. The grenades and the gas grenades will have a circle, red circle around it to tell you that there's a grenade there, so you better run away. Yes, you can see the red mark, but maybe it is not very clear on the video, but in game it is a lot more clear that the marker is there. And then Hanks is already run out of ammo. It basically make Hanks a lot easier. I think even if Hanks do not run out of ammo, this kind of changes also make Hanks a lot easier. And you will see in the moment that Hanks just randomly die, we suspect that the Swill Hander is hitting his weak spot, so he take a hell lot of damage and instantly die before he have a chance to heal. Like you see here, he just randomly die to the Swill Hander swing. And this is the first game we win. First time we fight the boss, so we are not sure what is happening there. And here is the after action report. It shows that who healed the most, who killed the most, etc. You can kind of review this game to see how good or bad you do something like that. So this is basically it. This patch, the patch rundown is basically it. So thanks for watching.